All right. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm just going to take a bolster here and just sit in Virasana. You sit however you like, whatever feels good. Bring your props in, and then once you're settled, let's take a few moments with the palms facing up. And this is also this this is what we did at the beginning of Pandy. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's still the same. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's take a moment here. Just with that, you can drop your shoulders and roll them around a little bit. And then you'll take a big breath. And as you breathe out, yeah, just let your eyes close, even your chin drop. Your hands, if they need to drop down, let that happen too. And just feel for this moment before we enter into our practice 100%. Just feel into your open palms, the weight of what you hold there. Maybe you can feel a little bit of vibrational energy in the palms. Drop your shoulders a little more, lift your heart. And even, if things feel very heavy right now, just start to smile a little bit. Lift the corners of your mouth up. Feel the breath. And we'll inhale here, and on the exhalation, join the palms together in front of the heart. Bow your chin, and with deep resonance and reverence for the inviting everything in together here at your heart. Joining together the left and right side of your body, but so much more. It's the stronger side, the weaker side, the more open side, the more closed side, the masculine, the feminine, the things we fear and the things we love. And we just bring it all together in the center, in the quest for equanimity. The quest for equanimity. Not too much attachment, nor too much aversion. And this idea of, loving acceptance for things as they are. Loving acceptance, and that's a big ask. So we just cultivate, invite in, and we do the work. So just staying in this place for a few more breaths, just tapping into the flow of your breath, the quiet of your space. And just inviting it all home. We'll chant Om together, separate yet together 3 times. Take a nice full inhale, hold that breath at the top, release it completely through your mouth, and inhale to begin. Bowing your chin, release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Oh. Okay. All right, let's start on your backs, and let's bring your bolster in. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so we'll start with the bolster this way, and have your block nearby too. Okay, and then if you want a blanket for your head, and just put it at the end. You could also put block underneath your bolster if you like a little bit of height there. And then I'm just going to lie back. I'm going to take the bolster right to the back, but if that's too much for you, just move it back. And then just come to lie down for a few moments. Oh, I didn't give myself room to stretch my legs, but we're going to start with the legs bent in any case. Good. Open your arms out to a place where you feel, your wings are spread, but not taking too much into your shoulders right here. Good. And we'll just start again with this idea of resting into all that is. Maybe you might play with the distance of your feet. Good. And just softening in, let the jaw soften, the eyes soften. Allowing the shoulders to just drop and drape over the bolster. And, if you've been feeling these heightened levels of anxiety, just starting to deepen the breath in a loving way. Feel as you inhale, the breath is drawing up and filling the chest area. And as you breathe out, just imagining the breath just dropping down and out, maybe through the tailbone. And let's do maybe 2 or 3 more breaths like that. And if you'd like to bring your hands onto your body, if you feel you need a little extra weight or pressure, use sandbags in yoga for this. And I have a few here, if it's something you want to add to your collection, let me know. But it is a nice thing just to kind of weight yourself down for a moment. Good. Okay, so big breath in. Sigh it out through your mouth. And then we'll take the arms back out, and I'm just going to lift them up and start to take them over the head and just reach your arms away. You might feel the bottom ribs kind of flare up. So open the hands, stretch the fingers, and I'm just going to pull these bottom ribs down. And as I do that, you feel the tailbone lighten. Bring your feet in a little bit so we can stretch the arms over the head and press the feet down, lift your tail, and just imagine you can get your tush maybe in line with your back here. So you don't have to take it up super high, just find this. And then once you're here, we'll just lengthen the tailbone to the knees. You might even lift your toes up off the floor, anchor all parts of your feet equally, both feet. I say that because sometimes one foot will do more work than the other. And then once you have that, just anchor the feet down and press them forward a little bit without moving them. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale and lower your hips, just bring your arms up over your head and down. They might rest by your sides, or you take them back out. And just pause here. Just feel your breath. And we'll prepare to do that again. Okay, so starting with the fingers, open your hands, maybe lift your arms up off the floor and then sweep them over your head. Palms will face up or towards each other. Then reach your arms, feel, maybe the bottom ribs lifting, press down. I say solar plexus area, bottom ribs, anchor down. And then find your feet, start to lift your hips. And feeling like, the tailbone is reaching in one direction, the arms are reaching in the other. Bring your feet in some way so that they're anchored. Lift your low belly. So it's almost like, you're just sucking up from the pubic bone to the navel. Smile. Take one more breath. And then slowly release and come all the way back into this basic resting place where we started. Good. Okay, take a nice big breath in. As you breathe out, send it out through the fingers, the palms. Extend your arms. Inhale, sweep the arms over your head. As you exhale, press the ribs down, mid-belly down. Inhale and find your lift of the hips. Good. Just go to as high as you like for this few moments. Anchor your feet, maybe lift the toes. Notice if your knees are knocking together. Just see if you can find that, my knees are an extension of my hips. And then I'm going to lower the hips down, maybe like to the place where you feel your whole back on the bolster. Soften your glutes. Can you just let them kind of drop? Good. And then I'm just going to swing this little hip hammock side to side. My arms are still over my head. You need to bring them down for balance. Do that. Good. And just swing your hip hammock. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And I'm just going to hang out in the center. So the hips are not down. See if you can drop your glutes. You can even take your hand and just feel, is my tush nice and soft like a pillow? I have heard it described as a ripe mango just hanging off the tree. You like that image? That's yours. Just soften the glutes. Don't let the tush touch the floor, even if it's just a half an inch above. Feel softening my glutes, softening my glutes, softening. We'll take one more moment here. And now to lower down, just go nice and slow. Like feel like just the skin of your cheeks touch. And then you slowly go down, you feel the bones hit. And then come back to your basic resting place here. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths. Melt yourself. Okay, a little windshield wiper. You can heel toe your feet apart, and we've got this angle of the bolster, so it does change things. You go slow, feel in. This windshield wiper thing. You probably all do this when we're 100, hopefully. Just feel, all the little nuanced things that are happening here. It's not a super difficult place, but it's can be very medicinal. Good. Okay. And I'm just going to do an equal number, both sides, and then bring the knees back up. Grab hold of your block. And I'm just going to walk my feet in, lift the hips, put the block underneath your sacrum. It can go any height you like. Let's see if the highest, the highest is nice too. If you like the highest, just be here. Put your arms wherever you like, down by your sides, out by, shoulder height, whatever works. I'm just going to drop in. Take this bit of upside down. This blanket under my head is almost a hindrance now with the hips up. So I just pulled that out. Good. Just get a nice opening here. Shoulders are resting hopefully on the bolster. It's going to let the belly drop, mid-belly drop. Good. Okay. Take one more breath. Now you put the block any height you like. If you need to drop it down, just be open to, okay, I can change the height of my block. I'm going to take the hands. I'm just going to hold the block, heel toe the feet a little closer together. Now keep the left foot on the floor, bring the right knee in, and just lift the right leg up to the sky. And if it needs to stay bent, we're very early in the practice, so be compassionately kind. And we'll just start to roll that ankle a little bit. So if your knee is bent, that is fine. Watch your foot articulate, breathe, smile, and then reverse this circling of your ankle. Okay. Notice if you're taking any tension in your shoulders, your face, even mid-belly. Nice breathing. And then I'm just going to point and flex this foot a few times. So I feel this in my ankle is fatiguing a little bit. The calf is, I don't know if fatiguing is the right word, but it's definitely present and waking up. That's better. Okay. Good. And just press your heel up to the sky if your leg is straight. If it's bent, still extend through your heel. I'm going to take the left leg just because I can straighten it out here quite comfortably. So you can keep the heel on the floor or just keep it lifted. Breathe and smile. Take one more breath. And then I'm going to release left foot first. Take the right ankle, cross it over your left knee. So you'll walk your left foot out a little bit or in, be conscious of what you need here. Even if your knee is all the way up, just take a moment, and then I'm just going to start to move this knee up and down. Just opening this hip, but also you can feel massaging your back, your sacrum is moving, hips are moving, and you're breathing. Let's do one more. And then we'll just step that foot off. I'm going to come off the block or lower your block down. I'm on the highest. I'm coming down to the smallest. So you can take it out or just go lower. Just take a few moments and just feel, even though that feels like ankle, legs, I feel it mostly in the low back area. So nice release, hopefully for you too. Take one more breath. And then we'll do the second side. So I'll start by bringing the block back up and just settling in. So take a moment or two. And then you'll hold on to the block. I'm going to walk the right foot in just a little bit to center. Bring the left leg up to the sky in your own way, meaning however you need to do that, you do it. Breathe here. You kind of get this leg, foot ready. And then I'm going to start to roll this ankle nice and slow. I'm not going super fast. And you're going to notice, the shoulders taking it. Where else are you bringing tension in that doesn't need to be there? Okay, reverse this direction. Breathe. Yes. Groovy. All right, now I'll just start to point and flex this foot, letting the toes are moving in. I'm just going to bring my foot down just in case you are curious how my foot is moving. Good. All right, and then we'll just take it up. I'm going to hang out here. I'm going to bring the right leg in, either straight out or up. I'm pushing out through the heels, pressing mid-belly down, shoulders are there anyway. They're into the bolster. One more breath. And then right foot down first, left foot down, and I'll just change the block back down to its lowest height. Let's hang out here. I'm going to come back to windshield wiper. I think I'm going to stay on this block, but you could take it out. And then just find your windshield wiper and open my arms out to the side again. Good. I'm just feeling this a nice opening for your back, your legs. Great. All right. Good. Okay. So I'll start by just taking the block out completely. I'm going to set it out to the side. All right. So we're going to come up through the crypt. Take your hands, grab your head, lift it, and then here you go. You can use your hand. Maybe you reach, and you come up a little bit, and you're like, oh, that's it. And then you roll to the side, or you just keep coming. Good. Okay, let's just take that. Beautiful. Take the bolster out. Just lie down on your back. Nothing there for a few moments. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Drop your shoulders if you can. You need that blanket back underneath your head. Take care of your neck. Good. My feet are flexed, resting into the shape a little bit. Good. Take one more breath. Okay, keep the knees where they are. Take your arms up. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's add the block. Grab your block. Can't be that far away. And I'm going to put the block, just turn to face you, between my thighs and my knees. So it's just the skinny side of the block right there. And you could also do wider side of the block if you like that better. Okay, and then I'll move the knees over the hips and the feet in line with the knees. Already that's work. The abdominals are, oh, hello. So I'm just going to draw down into the mat, arms out to the side, maybe palms down. Take a full inhale, and as you exhale, take your knees halfway to the right. You're going to squeeze the block with the knees. One more breath. And bring it back up as you inhale. And as you exhale, halfway to the left. And we'll squeeze the block with the knees. And anchor. Breathe. Feet are flexed. Still smiling. Good. Inhale up. Okay, exhale halfway. Inhale. Now I'm going to go exhaling almost to the floor. If that works for you, go. One more breath. And come back up halfway. Breathe in. Breathe out. And on the inhale, back to center. Exhale halfway to the left. Keep the abdominals anchoring. Good. Inhale. On your exhale, almost to the floor. Squeeze the block. Flex your feet. Smile. One more breath. Inhale halfway up. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way to the right. And you can keep the block there. We're just coming all the way down, right to the floor. You can put the block, somewhere else if you like it. Take it out. Okay, I'm just adding gentle pressure into the block. And as I press the knees into the block, you might even feel your inner thighs widen out a little bit. If you don't feel it, don't worry. This is just the minutia. It's all happening. One more breath. Good. And I'm just going to come all the way up as you inhale. And all the way over to the left as you exhale. All the way down. And we'll just pause here. Again, I'm adding a little bit of pressure into the block with the knees. And I can feel the inner thighs are just responding to that. Good. One more breath. Good. Inhale all the way up. Use your solar plexus muscles. And once you come up, take the block out. Release the block. Hug your knees into your chest. And just rock them in and out or side to side. Whatever you feel you need. As I'm rocking them in and out, I'm letting the tail go and lift up off the floor. So just opening the low back a little bit more. Good. Okay. I'm going to pause in the center. So this, you might use a strap for this. We'll see what happens. I'm going to see if you can hold on to your feet. Can you hold your feet? If you can hold your feet, you're just going to either use a strap or just hold the outsides of your calves. And so from here, I'm just going to straighten the legs up. And they might just go a little bit. Might go a lot, and then I'm just going to bring them back. So it's just this. This is it. I'm just going to lift and lower, nice and controlled. So, if you need your strap or you're just holding on to your calves, that's all good. You just do what you got to do. And we're going to keep the arms to the outside of the knees if that's possible. But, every pose will be done differently by everybody. So you have to find what works for you, okay? I'm going to do one more. Maybe one more now. Good. Okay, and then I'll just hug the knees in for a moment. Set the feet on the floor. Just be here. And if you want to put your hands, one on your heart, one on your belly, or any place else, just allow everything to just drop in. Feel your back responding to this so far already, opening. Okay, our next pose is going to be egg beater, just so you know. So take a nice big breath in. Breathe out. And before you go in, I'm going to take my hands underneath my tush. I'll put the palms down, fingers spread, and they're going to angle in a little bit. So just lift your hips, hands underneath, right there, wherever they go. It should be kind of comfortable. If it's no good for your shoulders, this is not necessary to the pose. It's just a little anchoring for the hands. So I bring the knees in, and then we'll just start to, find your little egg beating. And if you need to move your hands, Be kind and compassionate. Let your feet be a part of this. So don't let them just be like dead feet going for the ride. Almost like they're articulating, your knees are moving, your hips are moving, and you're breathing and hopefully smiling. Good. Little whip kick, swimmers. And then reverse this in some way that makes sense for you. And notice too if one leg is kind of lazy-ish. Like, is one leg not doing the same as the other leg? Okay, I'm going to reverse just a few times here, and then reverse, and a few times in the opposite direction. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the knees in. Good. We're going to take a little Baddha Konasana here. So now I'm going to bring the arms inside the knees. Find the outer edges of your feet. See if you can bring the soles of the feet together, interlace your fingers over top. And if that feels like, Joe, that's way too much, then you just hold your feet, find this Baddha Konasana shape with the knees moving out, feet moving towards each other. Good. Okay, I'm going to drop the shoulders as much as I can, tuck the chin. And then from here, we're going to do Suzanne Somers' Thigh Master. So I press the knees out and then I bring them in, just hug them to the upper arms. So again, if your feet are out, not together, that's fine. You can still do this. Good. Breathe. Just opening like your little butterfly wings here. Under your knees. And just strengthening the inner thigh, inner hip crease. Good. I'm just going to do one more. And then we're just going to hug these knees in as much as you can. Just hug them in. Breathe. Okay, we're going to go to Happy Baby. However you want to do that. This can be a version of Happy Baby, just bringing the knees in. Maybe they come up. Maybe this is too soon. Just be here and breathe. Okay, now we're just going to take it to the next step. So you have your legs as they are. You see, can I take my hands away and keep my legs as they are? And just almost like you're pressing the ceiling up. So I have my palms up. I'm pressing the knees down towards the shoulders, breathing. Now I'm going to take my tailbone and just see if I can extend it, flex through your toes. Breathe and release. Maybe you hug the knees in for a moment and then take your feet to the floor. And if your legs want to extend all the way out for a moment, we'll just take a little break. That's fine. Or you keep them bent. Just take a pseudo shavasana. Good. Okay, so the next pose we're going to do is Alexander twist. And I know you have your bolster nearby in your block. So if you need that, you're going to bring it in. So I'll just show that actually. Just pull the bowl. Oh, you can't even see. My bolster is here beside me on the right side. Okay, so I'll bring the left knee in. The right leg can extend and it can also stay bent. It's just going to drop out if it's bent. Good. Let's take a few moments here with this left knee in. If your hands can go down the shin, just walk them down and give a little tug in a few times. And I'm pressing out through the right heel. Breathing. Good. Okay. So we'll keep the right hand at the top of the knee. Let's do this before we go into twist. I'm going to have the right hand up at the knee. Take your left hand down as low as it's going to go. Maybe it'll go all the way down to your ankle and maybe not. We're just going to pull the left hand out to the left and the right hand to the right. So you're almost moving the knee in and the ankle out. Good. And then just anchor down. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to change the hand placement. So the left hand's coming up to the knee, the right hand's coming down. And I'll let the left hand pull this left knee out to the left and the right hand pull the ankle in towards the groins. So whatever you're doing, friend, is good. Soften where you can around the shape. One more breath. Good. Okay. And now switch hands again. So the right hand's up at the knee. The left arm is going out to the side. We're going to inhale and exhale, come all the way over to the right. And if this is a lot for your shoulder, you just bring everything over to the right. Okay, I've adjusted my bolster, so my knee, my ankle are on the bolster. That doesn't happen. You take your block, and just kind of lift it up, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to open to the side of the twist. Maybe you'll notice the left shoulder is up a little bit, right shoulder down. So I'll just bend the right arm, anchor the elbow, lift this right side of my chest, see if I can stand. That might lift your knee. So you have a choice to make, shoulder or knee. Maybe both of them are lifted and you're okay. That's okay. Good. Okay. So here we are. Now I want to open this left side. So I'm going to take the left arm and just bring it up and alongside the ear with the palm facing up. I'm going to take my right hand to this this is my left hip crease or left thigh, and just press that away. So I'm just opening and extending through the left arm. Breathe. Okay, I'm going to press the right side of my body, like through the leg. I'm just pressing that right heel away. Nice big breathing into all this space that we are creating for ourselves. Good. Okay, one more breath. And then I'll just release the arms back out. Just come back into this first part of your shape. You let everything soften. Feel your breath. Good. Okay, so we're not going to go to the second side just yet. I'm going to have you just roll right over to the right side. And then I'm just going to adjust my camera. So hang out on your right side for a moment. And there we go. Okay, so we're on the right side. The blanket can be there. Got my leg here. Okay, so this you might be able to take the props out. Now I'm going to turn, and I'll let that just kind of slide out, move your body. So you're on your tummy, and this leg is still bent, and you see how this is. If you need to lie down, once we come up on the forearms, things get a little more sticky. So just be here, tuck your left toes under, and we'll just use those left toes, maybe your arms, just kind of rock front to back a little bit. Okay, and then find that place where you can just be here for a few moments. So I am kind of in Sphinx. We could have the palms together. I'm just going to drop the head, open your mouth, or soften your jaw. Soften your belly. And one more breath. Soften your glutes. And then we'll lower down just for ease of stretch. You can rest your head, your forehead on your hands. I'm going to bend this left knee, and that's going to give you a little something maybe in your glutes. Okay, so just be here, just letting the heel drop in towards the hip. Okay, soften, feel what you got, what you brought. Okay, I'm going to keep the right forearm on the floor, and it's parallel to the front of my mat. Take your left hand, see if you can grab hold of this foot. And if you can, I'm going to take the palm right on the top of the foot. Just gently bring it in towards the hip. But I'm also pushing the toes out. I'm going to breathe here. Okay, now the last thing I want to do, I say last thing, but it might not be the last, is extend from the front of your right hip out through the right knee. And as I do that, my thigh might even come up off the floor. That's not a requirement. Just breathe. And then release your hand, but keep the right, this is my right leg, keep the right leg bent. I may have said left, but it is the right one. And I'm going to start to just circle around the knee joint. So, kind of like a half egg beater. I'm just circling. Good. Okay, so if you're good, you want to come back up into the Sphinx part. Gives you more stretch. And I'll reverse this circling Breathing. Good. Okay, and then we'll place that right foot back down. You're just going to take the left leg off the bolster. Both legs are coming out here. And just adjust yourself as you need. Okay, we're going to take Sphinx. So both forearms down. You're going to lift. Open your legs apart a little bit. Tops of the feet anchored to the floor. Move the shoulders away from your ears. Take the low belly in as if you're pressing, into the bolster there. Drop your, any tension you're holding in your glutes. If you can soften it, even though you might need them. We'll be open to that. Again. One more breath. And then we'll just lower all the way down onto your tummy. Rest your forehead on your hands for a moment here. Okay, so we're going to bend the right legs, the same one you bent before. And the left leg is going to stay where it is. This time the left forearm is on the floor. You're going to take your hand back, and maybe you can grab your foot, maybe not, so maybe you just reach, or if you have time to grab your strap. I'm going to do the same thing. So I just take the hand on top, and I'm just drawing it towards the hip. I'm going to flex the toes, anchor, see if I can lift the elbow and the shoulder. Oh, looks good. I can only see Lindsay, but it looks good. And then press out through the front of the side, from the front of the hip to the knee. Get one more breath. And then release that. Come back down into your just belly down Shavasana. And one more breath. Beautiful. All right. Tuck your toes under. So your toes are tucked under. You just kind of walk your toes towards your knees as best as you can. It's just like a little walk. And then I'm just going to rock the heels side to side a few moments. Just let everything kind of, get a little movement. Good. Okay. And then just come to the stillness there, but the toes are still tucked under. And I'm going to press the heels back. Anchor the toes into the floor. See if I can just lift my hips up they're up. Lift my hips up. And breathe here. One more breath. Release your thighs down, tops of the feet to the floor. I'm coming for Cobra now. Hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers. Move the shoulders away from your ears, and then lift your head, your chest. Come up wherever works, but without letting your Cobra hood come forward. Yeah, beauty. And then you can rock side to side if that's nice. I let my hips move too. And move and look over each shoulder. So you could be very low here and still be doing the work. I've been watching a lot of Tour de France, and they keep saying, he's doing the work. So, yeah. And then lower yourself all the way down. Tuck your toes under. You're going to push up through hands and knees to downward facing dog. Good. Okay. And then just take the little doggy stretch. So, maybe you pedal the feet a little bit. Good. And then I'm going to do a little bit of doggy cat-cow. So you bend your knees, tuck your chin in, and then lift your head, and the tail will move. If that feels okay for you. If it's no good, just drop down onto your knees. I'm just going to take a few more. Good. Okay. And I'm lowering the heels to the floor as best as you can. I'm going to take one hand off the floor, grab my bolster, sweep the bolster over to the other side. And once you've done that, we're going to come onto the left side of our body. So I'll lift the heels, bend the knees, sweep the knees over to the left, lower yourself all the way down. Actually, let's go right onto the back. We'll start on the back, the same way we came in. So once you're on your back, you have your bolster on your left side. And take a moment. Maybe you want to hug your knees in, or just be here. Just take a moment. Oh. All right. Okay, so we're going to start with the right knee into the chest. I'm going to change the interlace of the fingers. Extend your left leg, unless that's not a good thing for you. then you'll just keep it bent. A little flexion into the feet. Just rock this knee in and out a few times. And again, if your hands can walk their way down the shin as you do that, and just take a little bit of this. When we press into different parts of the shin, we actually are pressing into different parts of your back. You might even feel that. Okay, so we're going to do this little knee ankle thing. So I'll have the left hand, actually I'm going to go the opposite way first. Right hand to the right knee, left hand down, wherever it's going to go, as low as it's going to go. And then we'll pull the right knee out to the right and the right heel towards your groins. And then just breathe. So as I bring this knee out, I'm also bring it in. Okay, breathe, soften. And then you're going to switch, and I'm just going to go and get that dog. But switch your hands, so the left hand's on the knee, right hand on the ankle. Okay, one more breath. You're still there. Good, and then just release the right hand out to the side. Keep the left hand on the knee. Inhale. And exhale, roll onto the left side. Find your ankle, your knees supported on the bolster. Maybe not, that might not happen for you. You can prop up. So don't be too attached to that. Needs to be down. Okay, then I just feel my right shoulder's up a little bit. So I'll bend the left arm, anchor the elbow, lift the left side of your chest, spin a little more to the right. And maybe that works. And maybe you're still lifted. You can always throw your props in, your blankets, your blocks, wherever you need. And just be in this place where I can breathe here. And, okay, so I'm just going to add the right arm now up and alongside the ear. And the left hand's coming to the top of the thigh, the hip crease. I'm just going to press that away. Open up, the side of your waist. Then reach that right arm. Breathe. You can push through the left heel, left leg a little bit. Breathe into the space. Invite in freshness, calm, presence. Good. Okay. Now I'm just going to come back to the soft part of the pose. Just take the arms back out to the side. Just let everything be here. Breathe. Good. Okay. Beautiful. One more big breath in. Side out. We're going to roll onto the left side. And take a moment, maybe this is Shavasana, sideline Shavasana. How nice is that? And so we can just be here for a moment. Good. Okay, and then you'll just find your way onto your tummy with the left leg still on the bolster. And feel free to move that bolster down if you need to, or up. And I'm going to just move this blanket out, coming back to this modified version of Sphinx. But you make it work for you. If it's too much for your outer, your inner hip crease, adjust. And then I take a few moments to soften into the shape. Let the belly drop, feel what you need here. If you need to tuck the left toes under, then do that. Good. Okay. Good. So now everyone's going to tuck their left toes under, and we're just going to rock a little bit front to back, just a little bit of moving here. It's just massage and invite in, whatever. Sometimes a little bit of movement just kind of brings everything in. Good. Okay. And then we'll come back to rest. For a breath or two. Okay. And then I'm going to bend this left leg. And just see how that is. You know, you can drop down. If you drop down, it takes a lot of pressure off. Okay. And keep the left forearm where it is. And take the right hand back. See if I can find these toes here. And, oh wait, did I do the other hand? Oh, other hand. Switch. So the right hand stays down. We take the left hand first. And I'm just going to find this foot. I'm anchoring it down. Welcome back. Flex the toes. Now I just add this extension from the front of the hip out through the knee. Maybe I can lift the shoulder, lift the elbow. Breathe. Maybe your thigh's going to lift up. You know, that happens for me, but be kind. Don't want to push too far. Good. Okay, I'm going to release, but you'll keep this leg in. Just take the arms down, because we're just going to start to roll this. You know, I think of it as like a knee lubrication. Just lubricate your knee. Move this whole shin, ankle. You know, don't let your foot just come along for the ride. Maybe it's stirring the pot. And then reverse this. Lubricate your knee in the other direction. It's easy breathing, you know, feeling into the motion of your ocean. Good. Okay, and I'll just extend this leg out. Take a full breath in and out. And we'll just pop that left leg off the bolster, so both legs are out. Okay, I'm coming back up for Sphinx for a moment here. You can open the legs apart and you tuck the toes under. You'll know what feels right, you know. And then I'll just press the forearms down and away. I'm taking that mid belly in. I'm going to just drop the head, open the jaw, and press out through the heels. Anchor the elbows into the floor. And then just start to turn your head gently side to side. Let the jaw be very relaxed though. You're just shaking this out nicely, slowly. Good. Okay, and then just bringing yourself all the way down. Rest here, breath or two. And okay, so we're coming up for a cobra. Again, your version. Hands underneath the shoulders, legs are extended, toes tucked under, tops of the feet down. Lift from the shoulders. And then the heels of the hands push down and away. We come up to whatever degree, you know, bending the elbows, it might be very good. And then again, just start this side to side. Good. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of oscillations here. You're welcome to just watch. I push up, I'm going to look up, open the mouth, and then drop down. And then as I come down, I'll take the chin to the chest, come up and down. I'm just going to do this a few times. You know, if your shoulders aren't happy with this, then that's fine. You just keep it low. I'm going to do one more right here. Good, and then we'll come down and just rest into this stillness. You can let the big toes turn into each other, heels out. Nice big breathing. Whatever you did was good work. Okay. All right, so now we're going to grab hold of that left leg again. I'm going to take the right forearm. Oh, I didn't do the right hand. Okay, no, that's fine. It's okay. We'll just, fine. Right hand down, take your left hand, and just invite this in. Again, same thing, you know, just invite it in. I'm going to squeeze. So here, I'm hugging my foot towards the midline, the knee towards the midline. I'm going to anchor down, lift up, breathe. And just opening up the quadricep. Good. Okay, guess what's coming? You grab both feet. So I'll take a moment here, just, you know, I'm just going to pause. If you need to grab your strap, take your time. I'm just pausing. Okay, and then once you're ready, so if you have your hands on your feet or your ankles, great. You're going to flex the feet and start to push the legs back, lift the shoulders, and just come up a little bit. Maybe the thighs lift. You know, we did a lot of back leg stuff. You might find this on here. You're gonna breathe, press up through the knees, and release all the way down. Come and rest. Okay, we'll take one big breath in and out, and then bend both knees. Just come to windshield wiper. Just rock the knees, the feet side to side. Okay, I'm gonna do the lift one more time. Dhanurasana, upward bow. I'm gonna into that pose. I'm just gonna move my stuff. This time I'm gonna rock side to side. So this is like challenging until you get it. And then it's like, that's fun. Okay, so take a breath. Reach back, find your feet or your strap. And then we'll just flex the feet, lift up. Maybe you just stay here, but if there's a little bit of, oh, here I go, then we just rock side to side. And it's really the thighs that are doing that. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. You want to pause on one side, push that foot into the hand, and then reverse. That's great. And then, yes, release. When you're done, you're done. And then you'll just drop in to your rest. Okay, our next pose, friends, is child's pose. And I'm going to bring the bolster in. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. This might be nice. Let's not bring the bolster. Let's grab your blanket. Just come to sit on your heels for a moment. Take your blanket. And I'm just going to, it doesn't need to be this size. We're just going to make a little roll. And it might just be a little roll, and it might be a big roll. And I'm going to just put that right in. The knees can open. So you can see I just have a little roll right into the low belly. I'm going to push down and see if I can take myself up and over. And then you can be here on your forearms. Maybe you're going to go all the way down. Maybe here you'll bring your bolster block in for your head. And just take a few breaths here. And once you're in, you might be like, oh, that's too much of a roll. Or I want more of a roll. So you can take a moment and readjust that. And then just come in. Okay, so here we are, the last pose before we move into Shavasana. Breathe into your back. Soften your glutes if you can. Almost feel like your tailbone is, just dropping towards the floor. Let your body be heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And, all right, let's take 2 more breaths. Good. Okay, and then we'll come up. I'm just gonna sit on the toes. I said that was the last pose before Shavasana, but I feel like I just want to sit on my toes for a few breaths. So I'm just gonna do that, and you're welcome to just shift into your Shavasana or do whatever you think you need. But here I am, lifted my knees. I take my arms up, I'm balancing on the feet. I'm gonna press the heels forward a little bit. That's gonna drop the knees. But you go wherever you are. Or you could do this pose with a block under your knees. And then release. Here's this. I can't stop. Here's the squat. Good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take Shavasana 2. And that is pretty much the way we started this practice with the bolster. This little blanket roll I have here. So I'm just going to lay it over, and I'll rest not the neck, but the back of your skull. Maybe there, if that works. Okay. And then if you like an eye pillow or another little support, I have another blanket here. I'll just place down for my heels here. Come stop. This can be far away from the back. It can be right in. And then you just kind of find, maybe this feels nice. Maybe it's no good. You want to take it out. And if there's anything else you need, you take this as like that magic time where I'm like, oh, my back still feels tight, or my neck is tight. Maybe I'll just turn my head side to one side for a few breaths and the other. Just be wherever you need to. Oh, yeah. It's always interesting. I come into class and I think we're going to do one thing and something else happens. But I feel right now, very calm, very grounded, and ready for this. So you can tell yourself, I did good work today. Put your name in, like your parent. You did good work, Johanna. Good for you. Whatever it is, give yourself that positive. Yay me. And then a nice big breath in once you're settled. A big breath out. And we'll rest in our Shavasana. So staying as you are, just feeling your breath. I'm going to bring my legs into Baddha Konasana, and you could bring them into cross-legged if you prefer. Just stay as you are for a few moments. You're welcome to stay in this rest for as long as you are able. 20 minutes is an optimal Shavasana, and you could even choose to do that later this afternoon. Just take 20 minutes, lie on the floor, set a timer. Here, I'm just going to start to gently waken this body and bring it back. So take your time. Just find some little movements that make sense. And whenever you're ready, just roll to your side. If you're on the bolster, just remind yourself you're on a height. Okay. So you bring yourself up, just let your head hang. That's the very last thing to come up. So we've done all this work to release any anxieties. Maybe you're holding tension. So just want to keep all that softness as best as we can. And bring yourself to your seated position. I'm just going to take Virasana again. You said however you like. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's take a few moments, just feel the energy, you have. I want to use the word created, but it's there within you. Let's feel that, any joyfulness and relief bubbling up within you, filling you. And take a nice big breath in, and on the exhale, we'll bring the hands together in front of the heart with great reverence and honoring, acknowledging what you can do to help yourself. Just let things, not to hold on to things, or let them create these places in our body where we don't have free flow of breath and fluid. Just feeling the flow of your breath. As you take a nice big breath in, lengthen tall, lift your chin, and exhale this breath completely. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy, and may we be happy. And into that, we'll release one Om. Inhale. Take a big breath in, breathe out into your hands, catch your breath, offer it to yourself, and we'll offer it out. We'll offer it out to each other, and you can take that back in, right? So beautiful. Namaste, friends. Mwah. Thank you so much for your presence and your practice. With great love from my heart. Namaste. Yes. See you guys next class. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye, guys.